What's the weakness of the world's strongest man? Hey, I'm Samson, the guy who ripped a lion apart with his bare hands and knocked down 1,000 soldiers with just a donkey's jawbone. My enemies called me crazy. Well, they weren't exactly wrong. Ha! But my real story? Even crazier. I was special even before I was born. An angel appeared to my mom and said, "You're gonna have a son. Don't ever cut his hair." That's why my hair got this long. I was a total troublemaker from day one. While other kids played with pebbles, I was throwing boulders. Jobs that took 10 grown men, I'd just get it done like snap that. Man, those were fun times. Then one day, I'm walking down this mountain path, and bam, there's this lion right in front of me. Normal person would run, right? But me, I was like, hey, this could be fun. Want to know what happened? I tore that lion apart, like ripping paper. Back then, I really thought I was the hottest thing ever. Loved showing off my strength, playing hero in front of all the village girls. Then one day, I'm in this Philistine town, and I see this girl. Man, she was different from anyone I'd ever seen. One look, and I was gone. My parents completely lost it.
Samson, wake up! There are enemies!
But when did I ever listen to anyone? Mom, I just like her. I'm gonna marry her. On my wedding day, I came up with this fun idea. Thought I'd give these Philistine guys a riddle. Out of the eater came something to eat. Out of the strong came something sweet. What is it? Thought they'd never figure it out. The bet? 30 sets of clothes. But these sneaky guys, know what they did? They threatened my bride to get the answer. What was the answer, you ask? The honey I found in that dead lion I killed? Ah. But these cowards had to threaten my wife to figure it out. Man, I was furious. No, I was going insane. 30 sets of clothes? Fine, I'll get them for you. So I knocked down 30 Philistine men and took their clothes. But that wasn't the end of it. When I came back, my wife, she was married to my best friend. Her father hadn't waited for me and just decided that on his own. In my rage, I caught 300 foxes and tied torches to their tails. Then I let them loose in the Philistines' grain fields. All their crops burned to the ground. And then the Philistines, they burned my wife and her father to death. When I heard the news, everything went red. You killed my wife. I'll never forgive you for this. So I crushed them mercilessly. When hundreds came to catch me, I found a dead donkey's jawbone. This will do. And I took down 1,000 men with it. I was burning with revenge. The Philistines were going insane. They were racking their brains day and night trying to figure out how to catch me. But they didn't know. My real weakness was something else entirely. And then, that's when I met her, Delilah. Delilah. Even now, just saying her name makes my heart explode. She was different. I knew it the moment I saw her. This is it. I'd met women before, sure. But Delilah, there was something special about her. Just her look made my knees weak. The Philistine leaders offered her a fortune. Said all she had to do was find out the secret of my strength. You know what's crazy? I knew this, but I still couldn't leave her side. Delilah kept asking,
"What's the secret of your strength? How can you be tied up?"
At first, I made it into a game, telling lies. Just tie me with fresh ropes. She'd try to tie me up. I'd break free. Ha! It was fun. No, you have to weave my hair. She'd try again. I'd break free again. But she kept asking every day, every night when she'd ask. Honestly, I was getting weaker. Just her look made my heart pound. When she'd get angry saying,
"You don't really love me."
It felt like my heart was being torn apart. If my hair gets cut, I become just a normal guy. Finally, I just spilled it. No, more like it just came pouring out. That night, lying there with my head in her lap, I felt so peaceful. It was my last moment of peace. My hair got cut while I was sleeping. When I woke up, Delilah shouted.
Samson, the Philistines are here.
I jumped up like always, thinking, here we go again. But something was different. My body wouldn't respond. That incredible strength I'd played around with, completely gone. That's when I saw her face, that cold smile I'd never seen before. That's when it hit me. What a fool I'd been. All her love, those sweet whispers, her gentle touch, it was all lies. Delilah. Why? My voice trembled. All I heard was her cold laughter. Then I heard chains behind me. For the first time in my life, I felt real fear.
Take his eyes.
What? Wait. No. No. I'll never forget it. The pain, the moment my world disappeared into darkness forever. But worse than the physical pain was Delilah's betrayal. The woman I loved so much, the one I'd given everything to. She'd sold me out like this. They chained me up and made me push a millstone. Me, the guy who once took down 1,000 men, now just a blind slave. Every day was just endless darkness and pain. As I pushed that millstone, I kept thinking, her voice, her laugh, her touch. How could it all have been fake? How could love be this cruel? But there was something they didn't know. Every time they mocked and laughed at me, they didn't know my hair was growing back. But more importantly, something inside me was changing. I wasn't that arrogant Samson anymore. One day, the Philistines threw this huge party. Thousands gathered at Dagon's temple. Something about thanking their god for capturing me. They made me their spectacle, put me between the pillars, laughing and mocking. I could hear their laughter echoing in my darkness. I whispered to the boy guiding me, "Where are the pillars that hold up this temple?" He led me to them. The moment my hands touched those cold pillars, everything became clear. That's when I prayed, the most honest prayer of my life. God, just once, just one last time, give me strength, please. And then, it felt like electricity running through my body. It was back. The power. Let me die with the Philistines. As I pushed against the pillars, they started to shake. Just a little at first, then more and more. Suddenly, I heard something cracking above. People started screaming. Boom! The sound of the temple collapsing mixed with thousands of screams. Yeah, this was my final show. Ironic, isn't it? I killed more when I died than when I was alive. The strength God gave me. I used to be so proud of it, like it was all mine. But strangely, it was only after losing my eyes that I really began to see. True strength belongs to God. And that strength isn't given to break us, but to raise us up again.